Welcome to Workday Adaptive Planning Standard Sheets. In this session, we'll explore how to work with standard sheets in adaptive planning, including how to access sheets and enter data, use the toolbar options, change the sheet display, and view data by level. Sheets are where you view, enter, and update data in your plan. There are three types of sheets in adaptive planning: standard, modeled, and cube. Each sheet is unique in terms of navigation and functionality. Standard sheets typically represent financial statements, headcount summaries, expenses, and other key performance indicators. Your security, permissions, and access rules determine which sheets are available to you and what data you can view and edit. You can navigate to sheets from the Global Navigation menu or the Top Apps card on your Welcome page. This takes you to the Sheets Overview page, which lists the sheets you can access for the selected version and level. If a particular sheet isn't listed, change the selected level and version intersection using the menus on the top right. You can also use the search field to find specific sheets. Now let's explore a standard sheet. Standard sheets display time periods across the columns and either accounts or levels down the rows. The cell background and text colors help you work with the sheet data. A white background color means a cell is editable, whereas a gray background color indicates a cell is read-only. A blue background color represents roll-up cells that you can use for breakback, which is a method for automatically distributing a value to the contributing cells. When you enter data in a cell, the text color is blue until you save your changes. After you save, the text color turns to black for plan data. Actuals data displays in green. It's important to remember that you can only enter data at the intersection of a child account and a child level, not a roll-up account or roll-up level. If you notice that certain cells aren't editable, make sure you're entering data at a child account and level intersection. Next, let's review the toolbar options that make it quick and easy to view and enter data on a standard sheet. From the left, the first icon shows or hides the formula bar. You can enter cell data or formulas here, and then use the check mark or X icon on the right to apply or cancel your changes. The next icon opens the Formula Assistant, which gives you the building blocks to create error-free formulas. The Save icon saves all of your data changes, along with any display settings you selected. The Download icon exports the sheet data to Excel. You can use the next three icons to add, delete, or rename splits. Splits are sub-rows that hold additional detail or supporting calculations for an account. For example, you could use a split to allocate costs for an employee who splits their time between departments. The next icon lets you toggle the copy mode from copying values to copying formulas. The Reset to Default View icon lets you reset the sheet to the initial view defined by your administrator. We'll skip the Display Options icon and come back to it in a moment. Select the Refresh icon to refresh the sheet with any data changes made by other users. You can also use this option to erase your unsaved work. Otherwise, always save your work before refreshing. The Show Anomalies icon uses purple borders to identify anomalies when values fall outside of a predicted range. The Chart Selected Cells icon displays a graphical version of selected cells. Finally, use the Find icon to search for specific account, dimension, or numerical values on a sheet. Now let's go back to the Display Options icon. This opens a window with several additional options to simplify data entry on a standard sheet. On the Time tab, you can change the viewable time range or columns that display on a sheet. For example, you might only want to view the months in the current year. You can also suppress rows that are all zeros or blank, and depending on your permissions, set the current view as the default view for all users of the sheet. On the Version Comparison tab, you can select any two versions from any time period to compare to your sheet. You can also offset the year in the comparison version. For example, you might want to compare your plan to last year's actuals or forecast. Finally, spark lines are charts that help you visualize trends in account values. They display as a line or bar in the first column of the sheet. You can select the Sparkline cell to open a larger, more detailed version. If the cell values aren't locked, you can drag and drop data points on the trend line to change the values. Most standard sheets are designed with accounts down the rows, but sometimes you might find it more efficient to enter data by level. For example, you might want to enter a consistent expense amount across multiple levels. In this case, you can swap the row and level filter in standard sheets. By default, accounts display down the rows, and you select a level from the menu on the top right. To swap the level filter and rows, right-click in the first column and select View by Level. Now the levels display down the rows of the first column, and you can filter by account. To switch back, right-click in the first column and select View by Account. If a standard sheet has accounts that operate at different time strata, the display will change when you view by level versus account. You can reset the sheet to its initial view by selecting the Reset to Default View icon on the toolbar. In this session, we've reviewed how to enter data on standard sheets, as well as how to use the toolbar options and change the sheet display. Thank you for taking the time to learn with Workday.